On Wednesday, February the 15th, in order to accommodate the ZNS Network's live coverage of the prestigious opening ceremony of the 44th regular meeting of the heads of government of CARICOM, the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition will broadcast at 5 p.m. and the Bahamas Tonight The National Report will air at 5:30. That's Wednesday, February 15th, the Bahamas Tonight The Northern Edition at 5 o'clock and the Bahamas Tonight National Report at 5:30.
The future of Junkanoo hits Bay as students take to the streets in this year's Junior Junkanoo Parade, having made a return following a COVID-forced hiatus. Our Antoinette Smith is in the thick of things. Antoinette, what can you tell us?
All right, Makushla, it is an exciting night tonight as the return of Junior Junkanoo is underway here on Bay. It's the first parade since the COVID-19 pandemic, and joining me here tonight is Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, I'm happy to be here and happy to be back on Bay with the youth of our nation.
Now, Minister, we've seen the return of Boxing Day and New Year's Junkanoo Parade. How important was it to get the Junior Junkanoo Parade back here on Bay?
Well, you know, for all of us to maintain and sustain our culture as it relates to Junkanoo, we must have young and development programs, and it's basically the high schools that we look forward to doing it. Most recently, you would see we have a category that are called community groups. And that's because some of the Junkanoo groups are now establishing youth programs in their organization so that we can make sure we continue the development of Junkanoo. So I'm just happy that we are back here. One-on-one is behind us and getting ready to go. And so I'm just happy that the parents, fans alike, and families are all here to support the youth of our nation.
Now, Minister, you talked about the development of Junkanoo, Junior Junkanoo particularly. We know this is going to be a smaller parade, but we know you guys are also doing a lot of work to grow the brand of Junkanoo throughout the islands. So what can we expect for next year's Junior Junkanoo?
I'm hoping that the tears of these schools that show up here today would be able to tease those ones who didn't show up to come out, and which we're expecting to see a growth and increased amount of participation based on what we see here today. We have 31 schools registered in Grand Bahama, and we understand that, you know, after 2 years hiatus, there are some things that some principals find most important, and education is most important, and probably felt that the time frame that for them, in order for them to prepare themselves, wouldn't give them sufficient time. And you know, it's a very competitive nature when it comes to some of these high schools. And so we understand, but looking forward to them in the next parade next year.
Now, Minister, I'm going to let you go shortly, but I did see you bust a little 1-2 back in New Year's and Boxing Day. So can we expect to see you show the students how it's done tonight?
Well, if they bring it to me close in the right time, then I'll do something.
Well, already the one-on-one school is entering the boulevard, getting ready to put on a show-stopping performance tonight. Junior Junkanoo, the first year back in 2 years since the COVID-19 pandemic. It's going to be a beautiful night. Makushla, I'm going to toss it back to you.